Hi, I'm Catherine Goshen, a professional astrologer from the village of Nyack in New York State, and I'm passionate about in-depth astrology and getting to the heart of the matter. In this video, we're going to talk about Gemini and Gemini rising for 2022. We'll see what planetary energies are in store for you and how to best work with them. Now, I know you love diversity, you love change, you love movement, Gemini, so I'll try to keep this video moving for you. And as with all of my videos, listen to your rising sign first and then your sun sign, because the rising sign is most appropriate for timing for a year ahead forecast. Also, if I do give new or full moon or any other dates, take a day or two on either side because it depends on your time zone. So let's see what 2022 has to offer you, Gemini. So the year gets off to a great start for you, Gemini, with Mercury, your ruling planet, entering the 9th solar house of your chart, which is to do with expanding, getting bigger, philosophy, study, travel, and it's complementing a whole lot of action that's been taking place the entire year of 2021, which saw this growing, this expansion. Possibly you moved abroad, possibly your work started to expand to deal with people from abroad. Maybe you started to study something like astrology or a subject which broadened your horizon. Maybe you've gone to college, taken on new courses. Whatever the case, you've had the energies of 2021 in a really positive space to get you into a new zone of expanding your mind. And Saturn has been in an excellent relationship to your sun or rising, so that you're being helped to anchor, because Gemini can be flexible and Saturn helps Gemini, helps Mercury to anchor. And at the moment, with Saturn in Aquarius and continuing to travel through Aquarius for 2022, you're going to receive that grounding, that ability to study, that ability to work hard at your new job, or whatever you're doing, just a sense of stability. January is a great time for romance if you are reconnecting with an old flame or hooking up with someone that you knew long ago, maybe in college, maybe in school, maybe someone you dated in the past. It's not the best time to enter into a new relationship, because once February comes around, you might second guess that. The other important thing about the start to the year is that you will have action planet in a very helpful place in your chart from mid-December of 2021, encouraging you as January is unfolding to put yourself out there, to engage with others, and to have a meaningful interaction with either the partner or if you have a public persona at work. So there's dynamism in that area of your chart. Also take note that your ruling planet will be retrograde from around January 14 to February 3rd. So while the year may jump start for you, you're going to early on in the year already have a chance to recap, to go back, to relax. Remember that as a Gemini or Gemini rising, the Mercury retrogrades are more important for you than for many other signs because you are Mercury ruled. So these are wonderful times to go back, to restudy, to find out what you know, find out what you don't know. If you're traveling, this is a good time to kick back and to say, look, I'm taking a break from traveling for these 2 to 3 weeks. If you work in an office, it's a great time to do your filing, to sort everything out, to throw out all that 2021 paperwork that you don't need. And the retrograde will be straddling that 9th house that we spoke about. It will also enter into another house which has to do with finances, and particularly joint finances. So if you do have something to resolve, to refinance a mortgage, something going on with your partner's salary being adjusted, pay attention to that and use that mid-January to early February to get that sorted out. It's really a good time for things that need to be redone. This is almost a year of transition, and you want to know that there's going to be another kind of a shift, most likely after mid-2023. So bear that in mind, because you're culminating a 7-year cycle now, and you want to tie up all those loose ends. On February 14th, your ruling planet is going to move back into exactly the same position where it started the year on January 2nd. So that week of February 14th may feel like a little bit of a restart or a second possibility or opening of 2022. So use that. If the first 6 weeks of the year have been slow, make a mental reset and begin 2022 on February 14th for the second time. If you're looking for a good day to plan some serious, disciplined and dedicated work, March 2nd is going to be the day for you. And around March 6th, all the way through to mid-April is a very good period to travel for business or to expand and start something new. Any kind of project is favored because it's in the area of your chart, once again, that has to do with this seeing far, going the distance, and planning something that has far-reaching results. From mid-April, action planet Mars is going to visit your house of career. So that's always a good few weeks where you have a focus at work and you can really put your mind to things. Just a few days before Mars enters there, on around April 12th, there's going to be a beautiful Jupiter-Neptune conjunction happening in that house of work for you. And what does that mean for us? It's a wonderful time to set your dreams, to idealize and envision what you would really like to offer the world. For those of you that are born June 12th to 16th approximately, or have your Gemini rising between 22 and 25 degrees of Gemini, you're going to be most affected by Neptune activity this year. And what that can mean is that something may need to dissolve before something new can be born. This can be a very spiritual time where it sometimes feels as if we're walking through a fog, but at the end of the tunnel, there is always a light. So I encourage you to push through. If you do have any addictive concerns, this is a great time to work with them and to leave them behind. Wonderful time to go into therapy, and a wonderful time to go deeper into any kind of spiritual practice that you may be drawn to. Then for all Geminis, Mercury will enter your sign at the very end of April. So that first week of May is a wonderful period to wrap things up, get those meetings scheduled, do what you need to do before the second retrograde takes place on May 10th. That week of May the 10th is important for another reason, because you seem to be reconnecting with old friends. A lot of energy is coming back to you in a very positive area of your chart. And it's going to stay there all the way until the end of October. So I invite you to focus on not only friendships, but also in terms of groups. And that could be spiritual groups, it could be old college groups, it could be groups, a book club, anything that fell away during the pandemic. It's a wonderful time to bring that back. So you have all the way from mid-May until the end of October. This energy of your chart is calling for you to expand. It's also a wonderful time to ask for a raise at work if you think that's appropriate. And it's also a good time to really envisage what you want for your life, because it's a time when hopes and dreams can become real. Plant those seeds and put something down there that can take root and grow at this time. And there will be 2 other planetary energies coming in to help with this process. The one will be when the Sun moves into Gemini for your birthday on May 21st. So happy birthday, Gemini. That starts off your season. And there's going to be a beautiful new moon on May the 30th at 9 degrees of Gemini, which is a wonderful time for you to set your intentions and plan ahead. It's a seed planting time. And from May the 24th, you'll also have the action planet in that area of your chart to do with friendships, to do with groups. So it's as if all the planetary energies are saying the same thing. Wait until June gets underway, though, before you put your plans into action, because your ruling planet will only start to move direct and pick up speed during that first week in June. And then it looks as if things are all systems go. However, July sees the start of another more slower period. And I'm loving that, Gemini, because you will have been working very, very hard for the first 6 months of the year. So if you do get the opportunity to kick back and take a break, it's any time after the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th of July. So if you can take a vacation at that time and not overschedule on your calendar, that would be really working in tune with the planetary energies. One of the most important parts of the year begins for you around August the 20th, Gemini, when Mars will move into your sign, and this normally signifies the peak of our energy or activity cycle in about a 2-year period. So this is an incredible opportunity to really get a tremendous amount of your goals achieved. So plan ahead and know that because of the retrograde motion of Mars, there's going to be something that you're going to need to work on and revisit. So don't get frustrated if you have a big project and there are delays. This is lawful. It has to take place because you're working on something that requires going over. Some steps will need to be redone and revised, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. So a wonderful time now. You have this information before the event. Take note of it. Make your plans. You know the energies and you know the times. And this long period of Mars in your sign is a sure indication that you are going through really deep development. And we don't grow unless we have to rework things and we have to grapple with them. If things are just smooth and we're glibly going through things, we don't go deep and we don't really get to gain wisdom. There is a little bit of a slowdown between September 10th and October 2nd, and that's a great time to, again, just keep going steadily at work, but don't overtax yourself. That first week in November is going to be really interesting. You're going to feel an urge to bring something to fulfillment, especially something possibly in the work sector that you've been working with all the way from 2021, and now it suddenly needs to be finalized, completed, or put behind you, and one door shuts and another door opens. And then this transformation is going to take place throughout November and December, where you are revisiting stuff you started in September, and you're also in that space again where you are propelling yourself forward into a new kind of group, a new circle, a new place of belonging. And so it is that we finally come to the end of the year, and December is a little bit of a slow time for you. It's great because you have another retrograde coming up on the 29th. So the year really ends with you allowing yourself to kick back a little bit after your beautiful full moon, which took place on December 8th at 16 degrees of Gemini. So there is so much to look forward to this year, Gemini. Keep going forward, keep moving with it. If you are in that zone that I spoke of earlier, that is receiving the contact from Neptune this year, start to envision that this is going to be something for your highest good, because something very creative and artistic or spiritual can come out of this transit. So I wish that for you, Gemini, that you expand and that you grow throughout 2022. And now is a great opportunity for me to invite you to study in September 2022. I know that many Geminis are deeply interested in astrology. I offer a wonderful course that is a year long. So visit the link below. There is an application form there if you are a serious student of astrology. It doesn't matter if you've studied astrology for many years or if you're a beginner. Post your comments below. I enjoy and read each and every one of them. Like and subscribe if you found the video useful, and have a great 2022. I'll see you next time.